I'm back.
I have no thoughts. I have champagne and chocolate in my hand.
Oh my God.
My life is complete. Cheers to you. Okay.
If I can get it. Okay,
Whoa.
1, 2.
You know what that means? That means we need to drink it.
Yeah,
and
'cause
just like empty it.
Our glasses are so full right now. We can't even cheers properly.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
I'm happy with this.
We have Mum Blanc de Blancs. It's so yummy.
It's great.
I was drinking this when I found my wedding dress.
You guys.
I found it.
Demi found it. She showed me a picture. It's freaking stunning. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It looks
not
perfect
to
if
be
it's perfect.
A bridezilla, but I fully cried.
Why is that bridezilla-y?
I don't know. Just like any emotions, I'm like, oh my God. Don't
Like,
show
why
them.
am I? Why? I think you should. I think it should be.
It caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was going to do that.
Yeah.
And I just...
That's how you know it's the one. That's the whole point.
Totally.
Yeah.
So like I had tried on all these dresses and I was kind of getting frustrated because I was like, these all are just wedding dresses. They're not my wedding dress. And I like how they all look, but they're not mine. And I put that dress on and I was like, oh, this is pretty. And I get out there and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, this is the dress I walked down the aisle to Brett in. And I texted him and I was like, I just told him I found our dress. Like, it's ours.
Yeah.
Everything is ours. I'm so in
It's a
love
mutual
with him.
experience.
This is a Valentine's Day recording.
Ready
We're
to get
talking
some
about so much
mushy.
love. Do I have caramel right here?
No.
Okay, great. Feels like it. It's everywhere.
And maybe it's sticky, but it doesn't
Yeah,
look
yeah.
like there's caramel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to be Ariana Grande and say, yeah.
Also,
Oh
can
my
you hit
God.
those high notes? Close. Kind of.
Oh my God, no.
But yeah, this is...
Can I just say one thing?
That's Demi.
That's Jess.
It's not even Freaky Friday, and yet today is so freaky. Don't spit out your champagne.
Yeah, today is so freaky.
Today is weird.
Oh, Mom out my nose.
No, we say that every week that today is weird, but today is truly
Oh my
weird.
God. What is the universe doing to us?
Don't know.
Hooter.
What is that?
It's just like what you say.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that made me laugh so hard. I just watched in slow motion you like slowly drop your chocolate and just refuse to let it happen.
Not gonna happen. This chocolate belongs in my mouth and not on the floor.
Absolute.
So it was saved until it happens again. I've been really clumsy lately. Don't know why. Anyway, we're here to celebrate Valentine's. We're here to talk about our book, which we are so into. You guys.
But do. Don't but do, you know?
Delia Owens, if you are listening to us, yeah, you are killing it.
Girl.
She does like our photos.
My lady.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for being you and making this happen. Should we just dive in because I'm ready?
I'm so ready.
Like we don't really have anything.
No
News.
It's because we've been talking to each other so much lately.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which I love. Please, let's continue.
Never talk to me again.
But talk to me every day.
Every day. But only every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, by the way, I don't know if we talked about this already. Did you know this is Delia Owens' first fiction book?
Are you effing serious?
So she's been a co-author in some nonfiction. She does know. So in this book, they talk a lot about, she already studies ecology. She's co-written books.
I was wondering like what her background would be in that.
She talks about birds and stuff a lot in this
Yes,
book.
yeah.
And like marine life and marsh life and all that stuff a lot. So that does make sense. But this is her first fiction book and she is queen.
Slaying.
It's so well written. I am completely invested in the characters.
It was a slow start for the first 7 chapters. I have to admit that. Like,
Sure.
But you're just developing that story.
You have to develop. Yeah.
But I am.
That's pretty much any book for the most part. Like on
That's
some
true.
level is like because
Very
you have
true.
to get into the characters to even care about them.
Very much so.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of information in the first 7 chapters too. Like we learned about Kaya's shitty life, like
Shitty upbringing.
Okay, what's crazy is she doesn't even know it's shitty. Like she
Nope.
knows it's not great.
Because she wants a family, she wants a mom, she wants people to care about her.
What was she like 7 when everybody fully abandoned her?
Yeah, her
How old was she?
dad.
Yeah.
She was 6 when her mom left, and then everybody started slowly. So yeah, I think 7. I think 7.
Yeah.
I actually have it marked in my page when it says that her mom left. It was like... Well,
she was 6.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, how many years it's been when we
oh.
get to, like, where we're at that
Right.
point. But we'll come up on that.
I don't know how many years it was, but, like, even though her mom left when she was 6, that was almost like everybody besides her siblings, obviously, abandoning her because her dad was so in and out that she could never fully rely on him.
Absolutely.
So...
Yep.
But she was never like, I don't want to live this life. Like, I want someone to take care of me. There was no alternative.
Nope.
So it's hilarious. And I'm just like, if that were me, I can look back on my childhood and all the nurturing and love and support and stability I had to just one day not have those things. I would not survive.
Are you kidding me? I
wouldn't.
No, there's no way.
But she was conditioned her entire life to be abandoned and have to fend for herself in literally a wild setting.
Yes. So she had no other way. Yeah.
Incredible.
Such great writing, and we're ready to get into it.
So you want to
what did we last kind of read? It was basically like you just kind of said, it was developing the characters, right? Was there anything
monumental
besides everybody leaving her? I think the only thing is that somebody is leaving her feathers and stuff on a tree stump,
right?
And people.
So let's go down that avenue. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's being left little gifties. How old is she? Maybe 11 or 12.
That's a great question.
I know, because I'm trying to think.
It's hard to kind of gauge.
I don't think she would. I think she must have been around that age because it's enough for her to feel emotion and affection towards someone. So who we're talking about obviously is Tate.
I want to see, like, must be 10 or something, because in 1956 she's 6. And in 1960 is when she's talking about going to the stump and seeing if there's anything there. So she must be 10, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, go.
So she's 10. And she keeps finding these, like, perfectly placed, special and unique
bird feathers.
Why can I not think of the word feather?
I also totally just couldn't even say it. Bird feather.
You guys were hammered. So let's talk about it.
3 sips in. This is really good though. I'm guzzling this.
I know.
Champagne.
It's Mum. Oh, I already said. So what we have here is Mum Blanc to Blanc. So the book that we're talking about today. Let's actually cheers though, because it sounded like shit the first time.
It sounded like so bad.
Whoa, girl.
I had to get into it because I did.
The best. No,
the best. Just call me Mona Lisa Saperstein.
I would never disrespect you like that, but like,
thank you.
Also,
but like only when like I'm into like just
money, please.
Money, please. Only when I'm impersonating her, please. Back to the book, Demetra.
Always. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So yes, Tate, we come to find out, is the one leaving her the flowers. What can we not?
Leaving her the bone fragments, and turns out it's Chase's. No.
Yeah. Leaving her feathers.
Okay. Feathers are being left, and they're unique and special, and Kaya knows that too. And so finally, she is like figuring out, she's like, oh, I should probably leave something too. So then does she leave?
She gets this little like eagle feather that only people that really know feathers would know it's a little bit of an eagle's feather.
It was like a 3-month-old, not really developed tail feather of an eagle. Is that right? Am I right?
I don't know. Sure.
I feel like really confident in saying that. So
I'm
wrong.
Right there with you. That's totally fine. Whatever you say, I'm gonna nod. Smile and nod. Yeah. So he finally approaches her later after that because he leaves another one there. I think
there's like
they go back and forth.
4 left.
And she likes this little game, and she's like super intrigued by it. Yeah. So she's a little intimidated when he finally approaches her. Right. And she's like, "Wait, now this is real. Like now you're a real person."
Well, what he does is he leaves her a note too,
and she can't read it.
Yes. And so he leaves the feather with the note, and she admits to him, "I can't read." And oh my God, can we just like have a moment of silence for men like Tate?
I know.
I mean, honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
For
know
real.
if I'm using that in the right context, but I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Mom told me to.
Mom
Napa?
Champagne is
Mommy.
telling you to have an honorable mention. And true, like, you texted me when we were reading this, you're like, if I had a guy like Tate in my life in middle school and high school, my diary would be different.
I did say that, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you
Good
did.
for me, man. Wow, look
And
at
it's
that.
true, and it's true.
He's just so considerate and so patient.
You want to know what I think when I think of Tate? As I honestly, it sounds so stupid, I guess, but like I think of what I would imagine my actual grandfather being, because my grandfather was like,
not stupid. Why would you say
no, I mean like
that?
just because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna talk about my grandpa. He's so cool, you know.
If he was like that, then
I
let
think
him.
I think he would have been, because he was that type of person when he married my grandmother. So I can see him kind of being this really sweet child, you know, teenager back, you know, if he were this type of person to do this. So I kind of like see this like certain type of person doing this.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Why did I say that? I know, right?
I know your grandfather. Yeah, I know. It's just cute to kind of like associate, because I know my grandfather was a good guy, so it's nice to kind of associate something like that.
That's
you know,
really sweet.
Yeah, he was.
I will say, so I'm doing this on Audible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a girl that's reading the book, and so they do like
The voices. Yeah,
her voice.
Yeah.
is so awkward
when she does the guys or what?
It's okay. Should
Please,
I play
please,
it?
yeah, play
Okay.
play a little section.
Okay.
And said, "Look at me. Look me in the eyes, Kaya. Tate. Tate." She reached out. He pushed away from her and stepped back. "God, Kaya. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tate,
Oh, sorry.
I want to."
So like I'm listening to this at work.
God,
God,
girl.
God,
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Got your nipples. I don't like the way she says breasts. She goes breasts. I don't know.
Why is it so?
so sensual? I don't know. It's really awkward at work. Like I'm like listening.
That's probably it. That's probably just because you're at work and listening to it.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Can you read for Audible?
That's my voice, Demi. Okay. Can you not make fun of me anymore?
Awkward. That's what I'm doing in the middle of the day.
I don't dislike. It's not that it is kind of pervy sounding. I love reading, but I do love Audible just because it gives me the extra element of like listening to it, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, you can kind of almost see it played out like a movie.
Totally.
Yeah.
I prefer reading though.
I do too.
I
Yeah,
will say.
Yeah.
Audible's really convenient. It's because if I'm at work 8 hours a day, I can't read
yeah.
ever.
It's hard to read.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I absolutely agree. All right, so before we go too far, the very first chapter we start on when we left off from last week, it does confirm that Chase Andrews fell off the water tower, and that is how he died.
And then it's like extra suspicious that there's no tire tracks, there's no footprints, there's no like anything from a boat, because it's pretty close to like
a marsh.
Yeah. So
and
okay,
I got it. I got another piece
you
of
weren't
chocolate.
even looking, and you closed your legs.
That's what she said. There's a piece of chocolate that fell from my chocolate, and I could see it out of my peripheral vision, and I did not let it.
Didn't break eye contact with me. You're just like, but like save the chocolate.
Save the chocolate
Always.
first.
Cry already. It's chocolate.
And it was delicious. So there were foreign fibers found on him.
They're red fibers.
Red, yeah. So they don't know who they belong to. That's kind of their biggest clue so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, this is what I thought was really sentimental. It goes back into Kaya.
Is it
like
1960?
It's 1960, and she has a memory of her mother with the nail polish.
Oh, that
And I'm
was
like,
so
it was super.
sweet.
And I don't even know if it's necessarily something we need to talk about.
No, but like, I mean, it's just special for her.
Yeah.
And that she, like, finds this nail polish and has this, like, recovered memory of her siblings and
Her sisters that are significantly older than her.
Yeah.
And they have this whole day where it was just like a girl's day, and she spends time with them. And they left the nail polish on their fingers until it completely wore off, just to remember the good time that they had. Like, that's something that my sisters and I would do to this day.
Yeah, no, I do that because I'm too lazy to take it off, though. No memories.
My sister Natalie got her nails done ages ago, and they've all chipped off or grown out. And I think it was like gel or something, or maybe it even wasn't. She has one speck on her thumb. She's like, I've meant to take the stuff off just to repaint them. She's like, but now I have to see how long this one speck lasts.
I mean, I would do the same. I just don't have the willpower.
And also, I'm curious.
I love to pick.
That's usually
like,
me too.
That's like having those bracelets with friends, and then when it falls off, your dreams come true.
Your
or
wish.
Whatever. Wow, okay. Let's just, like, say the same thing all the time.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. Oh.
We can't force it.
Force it.
I don't know what's happening.
Saying crap out. No, what?
Crying. I'm crying.
Crying. No, I'm just like that.
I'm
thing
just like that
annoying
thing.
This is what I needed today, like, so much.
Thank goodness we didn't make this
You
quick.
Oh my god, you're literally crying.
I'm laughing so hard. I don't have waterproof makeup on. Okay.
I can't handle any more crying today.
No, the crying's fun.
Okay. I wonder
no,
if
I
we're
don't
gonna cry.
I think we're gonna cry.
You think so?
Okay, because shoot, you don't know who kills Chase, do you yet? Demi
No.
has read ahead a little bit.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, so do you have any inkling on maybe who killed him?
I don't. I know, I'm like, of course, it's most likely. I haven't read that far ahead. I'm only like 4 chapters ahead.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, so, right? Yeah. So, like, nothing has been revealed to me.
Yeah.
But I know, obviously, that Kaya's going to be brought in somehow, right?
It has to, because obviously the book is about her.
Right.
So.
And we find out later that her and Chase are
having
canoodling.
sex. No, they're not even having sex yet, at least from what I've read. They're getting very close to that point.
He asks her out, but like, it sucks because all we're getting is Kaya's mind, and I want to get inside everybody else's.
So let's like recap real quick. Right now we're talking, the 3 people we're going to be talking about, just to not get everybody confused.
Right.
Tate is
her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend currently, and like from chapters 14 for a while, and then Kaya and Chase, who comes in the picture.
Chase is the hot shot of the town. He's like
he's the one
star
that
athlete.
died.
He's the one that dies in 1969, and who we're like currently like flipping back and forth and finding all these clues about.
Right.
So, I don't know because I know they're gonna drag Kaya in somehow. And
I kind of wonder if like Tate kills him on her behalf for whatever, like, because he feels that he's using her
exactly
because he is married. When he dies, they disclose
married,
that he's married. He has kids,
but also he is sleeping around all the time. Like he's such a player.
But I wonder if
And
that's actually
knows
true. If he is really sleeping around, or if it's just rumors going around saying that he's sleeping around, and maybe it's just with
like
Kaya.
Such a small town that everybody knows.
Yeah,
that he is sleeping with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just like it doesn't seem like her nature, and I could maybe see Tate accidentally doing it,
and then she helps him cover it up because she knows how to
hide her tracks and all that stuff. There is one thing that I know that I can't talk about, but
I'll find out as of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't tell me. She knows. So one thing that is interesting, when she finally starts reading, she sees the names and birthdays of her siblings and parents in the Bible that she has. One thing I want to say about that is it's saying like, oh, whoever these people are, and then it says her dad's real name is Jackson Henry Clark, and he married her mother, Julianne Maria Jaquez.
Is this when they do the like the backtrack of family history?
Yes.
Okay.
So her father was a piece of shit always.
Her dad?
Her dad. So he used to steal
Kaya's dad.
Kaya's dad.
Sorry, I was thinking her mom's dad.
No.
Okay.
Kaya's own father was a piece of shit from the beginning.
Yeah.
Stole from his own family.
Yes.
And then also when he was a soldier, a whole bunch of people went to go help. Who was it?
It was in World War One.
Yep, and a whole bunch of people went to go help.
Their like commanding officer or something who got shot, or like a bomb exploded and his leg was broken.
So they went to go help him, and he's the only one who stayed behind.
Paralyzed with fear.
Yep, and he ended up getting hurt.
Yes,
and honorable discharge, medical discharge, and. So the whole story was kind of fabricated, making him seem like a hero. And obviously he was in the war. Like, you don't know what you're going to do when you're paralyzed with fear.
But you could say, I didn't run over when
to help
everybody
him.
else did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he was just kind of a con artist.
Yeah.
He always has been. He's been stealing.
Trying to find the easiest way out.
Yep. So he ends up meeting his wife, Kaya's mom, Julian, and gets a job with her father, and kind of convinces her like, oh, we're gonna make a great life. I'm gonna inherit all this money.
Yes.
I'm gonna inherit all this property. And the whole lied, and his whole family's business went under anyway with the Great Depression.
Right, yeah.
And convinces her to move down to the marsh where they live in North Carolina right now.
Dude, you couldn't convince me to move in a fucking marsh.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Mm-mm.
Like, I'll go camping.
Is there Wi-Fi out there?
Are there glamping facilities? Like, can I shower? Or there's no plumbing.
I know, she has an outhouse. It is like the 1950s, 60s, but...
Dude, that's not the Stone Age. Like, there's plumbing.
Stone
This
Age.
isn't like Black Plague is like taking the nation by storm.
No.
Get
Yeah.
plumbing, dude. And then he's just a drunk asshole.
True.
Like,
No,
he
has
just
been
an abusive drunk
asshole. Yeah, he's a sociopath.
He
truly
like has these demons of the war, and it's like, then confess, then do something about it. You don't have to just wallow in self-pity and go get drunk to like, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, at first when I was reading the book, I was like, okay, like, I don't know what the war is like, and I don't know what those emotions are. Well, then if you're gonna just abuse everyone around you and you feel so terrible that you have to drown your sorrows.
Why have a wife? Why have kids?
Well, and just go tell the truth.
Yeah.
And then you won't get your stipend, and you'll have to make ends meet on your own. And that's what pisses me off now that I'm thinking about it. He left Kaya when she was like 8 or 9 to go sort out the details of his pension or whatever it was. And it's like, wait, you feel guilty about it, but then you're pissed when they cut you off? You can't have both. Asshole.
No. Also, we find out why Kaya is called Kaya. Because when she first was asked what her name was, that's what she said. She said her name was
you
Kaya.
Asked that.
Yeah, I did. I was like, what's her name? Why she called it?
Catherine Marie.
Catherine Danielle. It's always freaking Marie.
Always Marie.
It is always Marie. I'm not at all bitter about my very popular names, okay?
Jessica Marie.
Stop it. Don't say those words. Also, we find out the name of the book right after we find out how she came up with her name.
I was wondering.
Yeah, so
I was curious.
Tate is the one where he says, well, we better hide way out there where the crawdads sing. I pity any foster parents who take you on, because Kaya's worried she's going to be... What?
We didn't even really say that we're at the point in the book now where Tate tells Kaya that he'll teach her how to read. We didn't
Just went into it.
say that. So anyway, Tate teaches Kaya how to read, and she's so smart and super stoked about it. And then she asks him, oh my God, this broke my heart, because this is like literally me to this day. What comes after 29?
Yeah, so she could only count up to 29 before.
And I
And
love him for it. He's like
30.
He's 30. Oh, but I'll teach you math. And he tries not to embarrass her.
Can we talk about her period for a second?
Oh my God, because everybody in this fucking book has.
I know. So, truly. So, Kaya starts getting cramps. I sympathize. I empathize because I know.
So hard, girl.
And so she starts getting cramps, and she
thinks she's gonna Shit.
Yeah, she thinks she's gonna poop her panties. Poop her poops. Poop the poops out. And so she runs into Tate, and it was just like, oh my God. And he's like,
I'm gonna be sick, Tate.
I'm gonna be sick. I need to go.
What's wrong, Kai?
See, you know the audio version, and I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, I'm gonna be sick.
Do you want to hear him tell her about her own period?
Yes.
You do?
Of course I
I
do.
hated it.
Was it horrible?
I was like, don't mansplain my period to me.
But also, she doesn't know what it is, so I actually do, because he didn't do it gracefully, though.
Yes.
Okay, so we can't find...
It's not happening, you
Yeah,
guys.
we can't find... It's
Just
gonna
get
take
over
too
it.
long.
Listen to it yourself.
But she did start her period, and then she calls Mabel, which is Jumpin's wife.
my gosh,
we talked about her
so
last
sweet.
time, and she figured that's what was happening, and she kind of told her what to do. And I just think it's really important, truthfully, that literature talks about this stuff. When
yeah,
it's like
I never hear about it.
never. I really...
We just had a 30-minute talk about periods.
We did. We did pause and have a huge conversation about periods. And it's super important. I do think this is really sweet when Tate thinks about her, and he's thinking about her sexually. He was talking about how all these guys are thinking about this Marsh Girl, this,
and taking her virginity
exactly.
and being gross.
Yeah, and I just think it's really sweet where he says sneaking out to her shack, running through the dark and tagging it had become a regular tradition for boys, initiation for boys becoming men. What did that say about men? And it's the fact that he's thinking these things, which is why it's so important that Delia Owens is writing about men don't need to think this way. They don't need to be taught to think.
I almost want to have boys, strictly boys, just to raise good men. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I am so thankful my sister Natalie has a boy, because you know that there's going to be one good boy out there.
At least one. We need one.
And not just my sister, her husband is going to be a good dad and raise him right. You know, it's just I'm so thankful that unless there is something mentally wrong with any man, where it's they're just born to be a psychopath or something, I know for sure that there's going to be a decent person.
Thing. So I feel like our generation and maybe the previous generation of men is it's off to a good start of thinking of women as their equal, which is great to think that way and have that mentality all the time. The next step for the next generation is to be outspoken and stand up and speak out against the, what am I thinking? What's the word in, the discrimination that women face and recognize it and acknowledge it out in the open and not
talk about it out in the open. That's why I really like Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo constantly speaks about that type of stuff, and also just rights in general.
I love
of
it
people
that
of color.
It's not mansplaining either.
No.
It's not oh, well, this is why women think. It's just this is something that's super obvious to me, and we all need to recognize it. We need to recognize it, and we need to be better than that.
You know who else does that? Who? Do you remember? Did you ever watch Orange is the New Black?
Yes.
I haven't watched all this. But when Officer Bennett, the guy that had the leg,
that was, Dahlia's
baby daddy.
Yes.
I don't remember what his real name is right now, which I should.
He's cute.
He's super cute, but he calls himself a feminist. He speaks out for women all the time.
Yes.
Not on behalf, not speaking for women. He speaks out with them. And it is
oh my God,
the
I just
sexiest thing.
That is God bless you. Thank you for doing that. That's what
he goes to the women's marches. He stands with women.
That's the point. We need men to be angry with us and make it so it's not oh, you're just mad about this. It's no.
Women have full right to be mad. Thank you. So there is one paragraph I marked in this book that was so poetic. I just loved the way she wrote. It just yes. And if I don't trip on my words, I'll say it to you. Thanks. And just at that second, the wind picked up, and thousands upon thousands of yellow sycamore leaves broke from their life support and streamed across the sky. Autumn leaves don't fall, they fly. They take their time and wander on this, their only chance to soar. Reflecting sunlight, they swirled and sailed and fluttered as the wind drafts. I'm Okay.
What?
The most beautiful.
I'm like
paragraph.
there with you. I feel
Yeah.
that. I see it.
When I read that, I read it like 3 times because I was just
Really?
like, this is the coolest. This just really, it just
put
shows
you
you
there.
how good of a writer she is on her first fiction novel. I was just,
That's crazy.
she does, I mean, she writes really
She's
well.
killing it.
Killing it. Oh, when she asks if she can be Tate's girlfriend, when Kaya asks,
that was such a sweet conversation.
and she's like, "Am I your girlfriend now?" She asked. He smiled. "Do you want to be?" And she's like, "Yes." He said, "You might be too young, but I know feathers. I bet other girls don't know feathers."
I know.
Little baby.
So sweet. Every time, okay, this is so weird and so off topic.
Yeah.
Every time you say little baby like that, I'm like, where's Hunter? I don't know
Your
why.
cat?
Yes. I'm like, he better get in here.
But we are back. We're
here.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Tate and Kaya almost do the nasty. They almost bump
get
uglies.
nitty-gritty. There's a lot of
It's horrible.
nipple touching.
There is. There's so much nipple touching
There's
in this book.
erections
Mm-hmm.
and nipple touching against a tree.
There's some
And
like
then
hot
he's-
feels.
I'm glad that they didn't go all the way because then it would have been weird that she's 14 and he's 19. I'm just
Totally.
gonna say
No,
it.
you're absolutely
It's just
right.
wrong.
Even in the 1960s, maybe it's just our. It's just
and
not.
I love that the reason they didn't was because of Tate. And I like that
Yes.
she put the book in that direction.
Me too. Like
You know,
it
it's
wasn't like
refreshing.
it wasn't Kaya saying like no, I don't want to do it. It was Tate being like, no, we're not ready for this.
Yes.
He's like, we should not go this far. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. I didn't mean to like push it this
Can
much.
we also backtrack a few paces to the conversation that Tate had with his dad? God bless his dad because
his dad is so nice. His dad seems like a
Wonderful.
great man. Which
He's a good dad.
He's a good dad and raised a good boy
Yes.
into a man. Like
Yes.
this is the type of male.
we also forgot to talk about how Tate lost his mother and sister.
Yes.
They were driving to a neighboring city
Mhm.
to pick up a bike. Potentially, we're not sure if that's
Yeah.
actually why, but to maybe pick up a bike for Tate's birthday, like 3 years ago or something. And
Got in a
they
car
got into a
crash.
car accident and died. And so Tate really
Feels
holds
guilt.
on to that and feels guilty about that. And so he admits that to Kaya.
Mhm.
And
Kaya's like, it's not your fault.
she lets him know that like
And he's
he
like, I know,
cannot-
but
it
I,
is.
I still feel bad.
Yeah. And so he has this really great relationship with his dad, and his dad is talking to him about, you know, you need to kind of put yourself out there. Who are you going to take to these dances? And I'm hearing some rumors about you and the Marsh Girl.
Mhm.
And so Tate really defends her and sets him straight about she's not. I've taught her how to read.
Mhm.
I know her. She's more than this Marsh Girl that people make her out to be.
Right.
And so it's really special. And his dad's like, I understand that. And I'm still your father. And I still need to set you straight. And I
Exactly.
need to check in on you. And I need to let you know that you cannot become a father right now. So be careful.
Just be careful. And I want to say this. So his dad's name is Scupper. Scupper continued, I want you to know, son, how proud I am of you.
yeah.
All on your own, you've studied the marsh life, done real well at school, applied for college to get a degree in science, and got accepted. I'm just not the kind to speak on such things much, but I'm mighty proud of you, son, all right? And Tate goes, yeah, all right. And I'm like, guys are the worst at
Typical
taking
men.
taking compliments.
Typical
Yeah.
men.
Just take the compliment. Yeah. So from there, they almost have sex. They don't. Tate stops it again, like
And then
you
it
said.
kind of really fast forwards because then Tate's like,
Because-
I'm going to college.
Yeah.
I have this job lined up before college starts in the
so
summer.
I have to go earlier than I thought.
Yes.
And Kaya is sad about it. She's like, why do you have to go? Of course, she doesn't completely understand
comprehend.
because she didn't go to school, so she doesn't
Right.
understand the gravity that going to school.
She said, why don't you
holds-
just become a fisherman like your dad?
Yeah.
And she's like, because I want more.
I want more, and I get that. I totally get
Totally.
that. The whole thing with this is so Tate ends up leaving, and he says, I'm going to be back around July 4th. So she waits for him.
on July
4th. I'm
he
going to be back.
should be there.
Yeah. So
Where are you, Tate?
Kaya waits for him, does not show. Waits days for him, does not show.
And she breaks down.
Months pass into a year, then another is how part 1 ends, and it goes into part 2 after that. Tate never shows back up. Come to find out.
Okay, can we pause? How
Yes.
shocked were you
I was because like Tate just seemed like
in love with her?
in love with her, and I think he is in love with her. And there must have just
They're
been
too
something.
pure. He's so
yeah,
pure. Like,
yeah.
their love is so pure. Like, I was literally like, okay, like, he'll come back in the next chapter and, like, explain some stuff.
But a year passes and then another.
I know.
So this is what kind of made me chuckle a little bit, is that later on in the next chapter, it says, Kaya, she'd given love a chance. Now she wanted to simply fill the empty spaces. I'm like, you're 15 years old, girl.
So I was reading this book and I was like, I feel you. I would be alone forever. And I was like, wait a goddamn minute. She is 14 years old.
So I said, giving up at age 15. And I was like, ha, Demi's diary. When you're like, just men aren't in the cards for me.
I'm not meant to find love.
It truly made me think of your diary.
I know. I am Kaya.
Yeah.
I'm from the marsh.
Everybody at that age.
Yeah.
I thought love was dead when my boyfriend broke up with me from... No, I didn't, because I didn't like him actually that much.
Wait a minute.
Wait. I would have thought love was dead. I was very... When my boyfriend, Steven, the one I read about a couple episodes ago, when we broke up the first time, my heart was broken. Like, I was definitely in love with him. And because we broke up for some stupid reasons at the time.
The reason I think Kaya is feeling this way, though, is
Everybody's left her.
because everybody has left her.
Mm-hmm.
Tate was the one that came to her and then chose to leave her too.
Yeah.
And so I can't even imagine being like, okay, like I'm gonna make myself vulnerable to this person, and she does, and then she's like, okay, well, I will be here waiting for you.
I have nothing else to do. I have
he's
no life.
Gone.
I know. It never
Devastating.
shows back up.
So devastating.
So in between this time that he is gone,
what is she,
Kaya's
16 now?
I think still 15.
15, okay.
Kaya spots Chase Andrews, the guy that turns out to be dead early on in the book, spots him on the beach with his friends. The same people that she's kind of spied on before, just because she's been around when they've been like playing on the beach. Spots him, is just intrigued by him because he's like kind of manly looking. His
description was not what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking more like someone like Tate, like golden hair, brown eyes, and it turns out he's got like jet black hair, dark like super blue eyes. I wasn't expecting that.
His tan shoulders.
Tan, obviously.
She knew he was Chase Andrews over the years, ever since he nearly ran over on his bicycle.
Right.
She'd seen him with the friends on the beach, walking into the diner for milkshakes or at Jumpin's buying gas. She just honestly feels like a sexual attraction to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Strictly.
Yeah, for sure. And like goes back to see if he comes to the beach again.
She goes back like multiple times to check for him at that beach.
So the thing is that none of his friends like spot her,
only
and
he does,
only he does, but because he goes like and grabs a ball,
like
is it a
something
ball?
like a football or something, and he sees her, but he doesn't even acknowledge. Like,
he like holds her gaze for a while.
They make eye contact.
Sexual chemistry,
and that's fine.
That's great,
Get it, girl.
I love sexual chemistry.
Yeah, rock it.
Get it, queen. So the thing is that we come to find out that Tate has come back to her during this time.
Dude, when I read this, I was like, fuck you.
I don't know. I kind of get it, though. I do.
What?
I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
Explain.
Okay.
No. Explain. No.
They're so young when he goes off to college, and she's very young.
What is he, 19, and he comes back when he's like 23?
No. Like, it is that weekend that he comes back for July 4th. He comes back that weekend.
I'm sorry. Yes. You're right.
That's, yeah. So when he comes back to see her, and he sees her kind of being like wild in a sense. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do.
And I get it, where he's just like, Kaya, I just can't do this. I'm sorry. And it's because he's found this life. He's like, okay, well, I've gone to college for a little bit. I have this opportunity to be something so much bigger than just a fisherman, like with my dad.
Okay.
And I get that. Like, I get wanting to better yourself. I get wanting to
But it was
go
weak.
away. But, like, he's a kid, though. He's 18 years old. You can't really blame that he has this I didn't really grow up, and I still am.
I'm not grown up.
I'm not saying I'm grown up.
I'm
I'm saying I didn't feel mature until this last couple of years. Like, we're both 29 this year, and I don't feel very. You're getting married. You have to be someone.
Don't talk to me like that. Don't disrespect me like that.
Don't say negative things to me.
I know I have to be in bed by 8 o'clock every night, but like, don't talk to me like that.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me I have to be in bed.
Don't do me like that. Okay,
Don't do me like that.
I'm not really helping my case by singing Tom Petty.
Baby. Don't don't do me like that. Don't.
Okay.
Spotted Chase on the beach. Chase caught her eye, looked at her.
Because he's hot.
Yes. Ends up asking her out on a picnic because he comes out later to the beach to try to find her.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up going, except for things move rather quickly.
A little bit.
He tries to have sex with her, and she's like, what do you think? I'm worth more than fried chicken, because that's all he brought on the picnic. She actually says that in the book.
I'm not.
Chase
I'm
had
just
laid
say
out
it
a
that I'm
banquet,
not.
but she was worth more than fried chicken. It depends on where the chicken's coming from, you know? Am I worth more or not?
Chase is like wooing her.
Trying to, but he
But okay,
goes a little
what
too
is
quick,
his?
though. That's the
What
thing.
are his motives?
I think
Is he
does
just
find
trying to
her
sleep with
attractive.
her?
No, I don't think right now. I think he does find her attractive. She's kind of this. She's wild. It's something that's exciting.
Mhm.
He's had a very kind of probably mundane life, I think.
Totally,
You know,
and
it's-
she's fun.
yeah, she's
different.
different. It's like a very.
It's like
foreign
dating a
thing.
guy, but a girl for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be like, oh, m'lady, let me pull out your chair.
Right.
Here's the napkin in your lap, and I'll open the car door, which I love. Secondary, but
Yeah, I think it's just something that's very foreign, and like he's into it because he's like, oh, who is this?
I think
person.
originally he was trying to just get down with her,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got to know her and was like, okay, I'm up for the challenge.
Right.
Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah, let's try this. But I think because he's so intrigued by her, he's kind of going quickly. She puts the brakes on it. She runs away from him and was like, no, this is not how it's going to go down. We're not just going to have sex. And then,
Yeah.
you know, she's like, I haven't even done that stuff yet.
Yep.
So he tries to apologize to her multiple times, which I do, thank goodness. He's trying to be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go that way. I don't want it to be like that. You know, basically, they're both young. Like, I don't commend that, but I do appreciate that he's trying to apologize to her for trying to
Yeah.
get things to go quickly. It does say in chapter 24, he hadn't planned on feeling anything for this strange and feral barefoot girl. But watching her swirl across the sand, birds at her fingertips, he was intrigued by her self-reliance as well as her beauty. So he ends up falling for her. He didn't
Yeah.
expect to fall for her.
Yeah.
And she, I think, is falling for him because she doesn't want to be lonely. She probably still
She
has...
just like welcomes the company as it comes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's still thinking about Tate. And come to find out, Tate has been kind of like keeping an eye on her. Has always loved her. We come in chapter 20.
I'm still mad at him. Like I'm not ready to forgive.
It's not that like I do get, like I said, I do get where he's coming from. I get why he wants to better himself.
She deserved an
Doesn't mean
explanation.
that exactly. Doesn't mean I appreciate him like bailing on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get why he wants to go off and do his own thing.
Right.
Doesn't mean he couldn't give her an explanation.
Exactly.
Mhm.
He could have at the very least wrote a letter.
Very least.
Mm-hmm.
Because now she can read. 'Cause
Yeah,
he
bro.
taught her.
You taught her.
Yeah.
You bitch.
You bitch. You skanky bitch.
Tate. You taint.
Ah,
Jess.
that was so you. So he's home from college. So Tate's home from college in chapter 26. I think it's Kaya that sees him. Kaya sees him and is just like, oh gosh, she's never seen it that close. She comes up on him while he's on the marsh.
He's on the march.
He's on the marsh. He's on the marsh
Marching
fishing.
hard.
And it kind of just brings back some feelings.
Yep. Absolutely.
And Tate's been thinking about her this whole time. Well, the only thing is she's still in this relationship with Chase. And she asks Chase, like, am I ever going to meet your parents? And Chase
Right.
And she's like, oh, yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like, wait a minute.
I'll just wait. And she's like, they do know about me, right? And he's like,
Mm.
yeah, of course they do. And meanwhile, because it's going back and forth through past and present, Chase's parents come to the authorities and say, we think that Chase might have died because of the Marsh Girl.
Yep.
He used to wear this shell necklace around his neck. It was a shell that she made, but it was a shell that Chase gave to her, and she made it into a necklace and gave to Chase.
Mm-hmm.
And he just never really took it off. So they're trying to give to the authorities that Chase has had a relationship throughout all these years with the Marsh Girl, even though he's had a wife and all this stuff. He's never kind of gotten over her. So we basically leave off that Kaya thinks she's going to meet his family at some point, but he is kind of keeping her a secret. They're almost having sex, but not quite yet. A lot of the things are very, like,
She's hesitant.
second base.
Yes, yes.
And so, I mean, that's where I left off. Demi might know a little bit more. Don't you fret, though. I'm going to get reading tonight.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. So by the time we meet with you next week, we will be reading to chapter 42.
Yeah.
Chapter 42, 27 to 42. So tell us your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen? Have you
How are you
finished it
feeling
already?
about Tate? Like,
Yeah,
are
are
we
you
all
mad?
hating Tate right now? Because I'm pretty pissed.
I don't hate him. I just don't. I wish that he would have given her an explanation. Just like
Yeah.
every person deserves an explanation on why you
Yeah.
leave. You can't just like up and run away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so read to chapter 42. We're going to do one question this week because we haven't done one in a while. And we're also going to
Yes.
read from Demi's diary.
Demi's diary.
You guys ready for this? Do you want to do the question first?
Yes.
Okay. So this boy likes me, and I'm not sure if I like him as a friend or as a boyfriend. He is giving me until Valentine's Day to decide, but I can't seem to get helpful advice. I'm just confused and stressed about the whole situation.
Okay. Right away. He's given you an
Ultimatum! Yes!
Yeah.
Yes.
No, girl.
Nope.
Nope. Sorry.
Nope.
Even
Nope.
if you were
Nope.
like,
Nope.
oh, maybe I would absolutely not, because you should never, ever be given an ultimatum,
Ever.
especially if
Ever.
someone's like, do you like me or not? You better tell me by Valentine's Day. Sorry. That's psycho.
I actually truly wanted to respond to her, like, for real.
You
in
should.
real time.
You absolutely
or
should.
her or him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I wanted to respond to this person because of the ultimatum thing. As soon as I read it, I was like, how dare this boy, child, essentially, like
He
in the
is.
mindset, don't you dare say, I have till Valentine's Day if you want me as a friend or a boyfriend. Fuck right off.
Okay, so yeah, no.
No.
Okay, even a friendship can't work out because
Nope.
they're gonna give you ultimatums, and
You better respond to my text and tell me if you're going to come to hang. Like, no, no ultimatum should ever be
No.
in any relationship. No relationship will blossom or flourish
No.
or last
no.
ever. No matter if it's friend, if it's significant others.
You can basically always guarantee that if you do decide to get into a relationship with that person, that is what your relationship will be based off of, is their own time and their own
Yep.
ultimatums.
They're only going to be
They
selfish.
only care about themselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
How dare they?
Oh,
Truly.
that like immediately, as soon as you have until well,
You have
all
until
right.
Valentine's Day to tell me.
Well, okay, well, you have a nice Valentine's Day without me.
Yeah.
It
forever.
I will not be participating in your
tru-
Valentine's Day.
Truly, from this day forward, I will never have a relationship with you because you cannot give me. You know what?
Thank you,
you know
for
what
the
I.
opportunity,
Yeah.
and goodbye.
You know what I can tell you is that I will never be in a relationship with you ever.
Yeah. Nope. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not sorry.
Not sorry
Bye.
ever. Anyway, go ahead, Timmy. Let's do some diary entries to
Here
end
we
on a light note.
go.
What year is this?
Okay, this is October 11th, 2006. So I am
October 11th.
16 years
Yes.
old.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now a junior. What has happened so far is ... Jacqueline doesn't go to school anymore. Cheryl and I are close, and I was going out with John, but he dumped me on Monday. We went out for a month, which is long compared to what I've had, which was, oh yeah, nothing. I figured out that the only best friends I'll ever... Oh, here we go. The only best friends I'll ever have is myself and Mom. I know Mom will never leave me or let me down. I can't lie to myself. I need friends, but I don't need someone attached at the hip. I'm more comfortable with just myself and one or two people. John was a good relationship, but I knew the distance would separate us. Maybe when I can drive, we'll like each other again. That's saying I don't have another man in my life, or he has a girl. It's been decided.
Who are you? Who's the guy you like?
It has been decided just recently that I'm living for myself, what I want, need, what makes me happy. But then I just had a thought. John makes me happy, but I can't have him. But then again, other things do. When a relationship ends, I get mean, tired, grouchy, and quiet. Oh, Mitchell kissed me tonight.
What?
I didn't feel anything, though. Someone else kissing John or me makes me sick to my stomach. I swear it does. But I'll get over it. Mitchell is a nice guy. I'd prefer to have John in my life. Oh, and here I go with the song quotes again. I still can't forget the way I feel every time you're here. Daphne Hart's Derby. Hopeless Love. Preach it, brother. Oh, kill me. Do we want another?
Sure.
November 4th, 2007. Things are going super with me and my boy. I love him more and more every day. He is my everything. It's crazy to think that I could end up marrying him. I sure wouldn't mind it. I've been applying to colleges. That's trippy too. 3 days till it's exactly 6 months till I'm 18. Oh, I went car shopping with mom and dad, so if I keep my grades up, I should be driving by like January. Thank God, because I'm sick of Josh driving everywhere. He is honestly perfect. It's cool. Wow, I completely changed topics. Oh, so basically, I have like 3 good friends, Anya, Britt, and Ree. Chris, Kate are like school friends. Cheryl is so dumb. She acts like she's going to be in high school forever. Stupid. I don't even like high school anymore. I want to grow up, move away to college with my babe, get married, and be a teacher. Love, Demi.
No longer Demetria. You are Demi now.
I'm fully.
I love how
Demi.
you're like, oh my God, I keep changing topics, but here's another topic, and then here's another one.
Oh, here's a fun one. Short.
Short. Yeah.
February 7th, 2008, my graduating year. So basically, me and Caitlin aren't friends anymore. Big surprise, not.
Was she a bitch?
She's a dumb bitch anyway. I'm still super in love with Josh. I've been thinking negative thoughts lately. We got into 2 stupid fights a couple days ago, and I feel like he loves me less. I can't even express how devastated I would be if we ever broke up. There are no words that could describe that emotion. I mean, every time Daniel would wear that Volcom thermal shirt, I would cry. Everything reminds me of him. He's been a bit under the weather, so maybe that has something to do with it. I just keep having these nagging feelings in my head and I won't shut up. It's like the most horrible things I can think of are being thought 24/7, and no matter what, they won't stop. It will be 9 months next Wednesday. Hopefully my annoying thoughts will stop. I also decided to stay here for college with Josh. Yay. Love always, Demetra.
Back to Demetra.
Demi. Sorry.
Whoa.
I was just like really used to saying love always, Demi.
So I do have like a note. It's not from me,
Okay.
but
okay.
it's very short and quick.
But I like the drawing.
Yeah,
we
so
have to post that.
somebody drew this for me.
INY.
I heart New York, Jessica.
Okay.
I was very obsessed with New York for a time, which is funny because I hate New York now. Like, it's like overrated. I don't get why people are obsessed with New York. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you got engaged there. I just don't like New York.
Central Park especially sucks.
Yeah. I just don't get the hype of it.
Right.
It's not my place.
Yeah.
It was when I was 14.
That.
So it says, "Hey Jess, was arrow sign up. Was up. NMH. Not mature.
I know.
Just written to you in the dark." Not
Is this
writing.
from a boy or a girl?
I think it's from a girl because it's
Okay.
like nicer handwriting. Although my handwriting sucks. Can't judge. It's so boring. Anyways,
Of course.
I won't forget that I did this one. Oh, hey, I brought my chorus dress today.
Yes.
I still can't believe we're going to New York. I hope you raise over your amount so we can go shopping. Anyways, I'm going to go heart ya for
Eva.
It's not even that.
Oh.
Heart you a.
Heart ya.
But I think it's supposed to be forever. P.S. If we do go shopping, we should get some I Heart You New York shirts. And it says WB. Don't know what that means. Sorry,
Right
so
back.
sloppy.
It means right back.
Oh my God, I don't even remember that.
Yes.
Right back. Sorry, so sloppy and short. All of my friends and I would always
Every
write,
time.
Always so sloppy and short.
So sorry.
So sorry. So sorry, so sloppy and short.
So sorry.
I don't know who this was. I could think of a few people it probably was. So when I was in
when did you go to New York?
freshman year of high school,
Okay.
I was in New Mexico, Socorro, New Mexico, very small school. We had our drama class all raise money to go to New York, and that's when I saw Rent on Broadway.
Okay.
I'm very obsessed with Rent.
Are
From
you
then
still?
I mean, I do love it because
I've
it's my
never seen
first
it.
broad. It's amazing. It truly is. And that's when I've always been accepting of LGBTQ community. Like, it's just a passion of mine. I want to spread the word
Yeah.
that they have equal rights, you know?
Duh.
And I'm very thankful of that, especially with my upbringing of like, it's very homophobic, my upbringing, but I never felt that way.
Right.
And I feel thankful that I was able to have my own mind at so young. I think because I also knew people that were gay.
Can I kind of piggyback off of that?
Yes.
So my upbringing was never like gay is wrong, gay is right, or whatever. Can't think of letters. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But the schools that I was in were homophobic. Like when we were younger, it was still like, oh, you're a fag, you're gay,
Ugh,
and that's
I hate
how,
all that verbiage.
Thank
all
you.
Of it, all
That
the
is how.
terminology.
That is how people talked when I was younger, and
Totally.
I frowned upon gay people when I was in 6th grade, probably. And I will say that having that mentality and believing in that for the time that I did, it is so like insightful to be able to reflect back on that time and say,
Totally.
I was strictly influenced by my surrounding.
Yep.
And it had nothing to do with my personal beliefs.
I
and
know.
I did it and I said it and I felt it because of who I was around.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely believe in that.
You know?
I
And
remember
it's crazy to look back.
My mom married my when did my mom marry my stepdad? I was very young. I honestly can't remember. Probably like 8 or 9.
Oh, also, can I just say, like, I only said those things to really emphasize, like,
You don't
what
think that.
what
Yeah.
my background was like. I will never ever talk like that.
Of course.
I am embarrassed that that is my background.
Yeah.
But also proud that I could transition
Grow
and
from
grow
that
and
and know-
learn and choose for myself
Exactly.
instead of letting other people choose for me my beliefs.
I
Because my
absolutely agree.
beliefs and where I am now are the truth.
Yeah.
And
That everybody is equal.
everybody's
they deserve
equal.
Love.
There is no right or wrong.
No.
You are who you are.
Exactly. That's
Your
it.
identity is your identity.
Exactly right.
Thank you. Okay.
I
okay.
agree. I absolutely agree, and I'm there with you on that.
Thank you.
I must have been like 10 or something like that, and somebody had asked me like, "Oh, what do you think about like two men loving each other?" I'm like, "Yeah, so what? They love each other." And the person was like, "I can't believe I'm really proud of for you saying that." And it stuck with me
Oh.
that like they thought that it was good that I thought that because I knew it was
Right. Yeah.
right. Like I'm like, "Yeah, so cuz I had a gay cousin." And I'm like, "So what?"
Right.
You know? And it just stuck with me forever, and I am very thankful that no matter what my upbringing was supposed to teach me, air quotes, because
Yeah.
obviously it was bullshit. I'm just very thankful that it didn't stick that way.
Yeah.
And and it means something to me now. And the fact that like I saw Rent and it hit me and it impacted me in such a way, and it talked about AIDS and it talked about these things and things that you shouldn't be afraid of. You shouldn't be afraid of people with AIDS. You should want to hopeful that there is like a cure and all that stuff, and I'm just so happy that it spiraled from that, and I'm just like, I want to keep this going for the rest of my life, that this means something to both of us,
Totally.
you and I.
Yes.
So let's end on
Wow.
that.
Let's be positive and insightful.
for the rest of our days.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Love always.
Us. But also, please come in, like us.
Yeah,
Send
like
us emails
us.
at can I just say one thing? The one is the number one at gmail.com. And you can also DM us on Instagram at can I just say one thing? That's the whole word.
On Apple Podcasts, please download, rate, subscribe.
Yeah.
That really helps us out.
It does.
Thank you for doing so if you have already done it.
Yep. And if you haven't picked up this book, for
You're
real,
a fool. Get to it.
Delia Owens, Where the Crawdads Sing. Reese Witherspoon knew what book. I mean, she
Picked
was
it,
in the know.
loved it. Yes.
And we love it too.
Way to go, Reese.
Woo! And Delia, thank you.
Yes.
We'll see you next week.
Oh, what chapter are we reading to again?
42.
42. Be there, be square.
Yep. Love always.
Love always. God. Bye.
Bloopity bloop bloopers. This is good crying. Why am I crying so much? I also saw you pick up your drink, get into talking, and then not take a sip, so I feel like you need to take a sip of your drink. Thank you. Slight detour.
We went to Ariana Grande.
Just did like
Ariana.
2 to 3 songs of Ariana Grande.
It's fine. I'm just putting this out to the universe that my birthday is May 7th, and she's coming to Sacramento May, 4th or something, or 5th?
We need tickets.
It doesn't matter what day, but she will be here, and I will be here, and it's expensive.
It's so expensive to buy her tickets. Why?
But you know, just universe, help a sister out. It's my birthday.
Yeah. Pretty much. Let's do
I
it.
just want to be there.
Yeah.
And everybody's telling me no, but my heart's telling me yes.
Who is telling you no? Because I've been telling you yes this whole time.
Okay, we're going.
You know I will buy a ticket with you.
Dude, we can't. They're so expensive, Jess. They're $180 for the worst seats.
So you won't even see her.
He
$300.
is also going to be here.
Don't talk about it because I want to see him so bad. And I wanted to buy a single ticket for myself.
I know.
And I can't even buy it anymore because it's like an insane amount of money.
I want to go so badly. So Benny went to Justin Timberlake last year, and he bought tickets day of, and they were $100.
But he
and
also
they
got
were
floor.
They were
He
floor.
could smell Justin Timberlake right
you don't
there.
know what I would do to smell him.
For a straight man to go see Justin Timberlake that close,
That's how talented he is.
It's also rude because I would appreciate his smell and his scent way more.
I mean, I know Benny was turned on.
Of course, you have to be.
Like,
We're calling
he would
him
be a
out.
fool. Also, like, this is Celebrity Corner.
I was about to say this is Music Corner.
It is, because I'm still Halsey.
I love Halsey.
So, did you see her performance on SNL?
I did not.
Oh my
I did
God.
not.
Okay, listen to this dirt. First of
Tell
all,
me now.
hot goss coming your way.
Coming at ya.
She's on SNL.
Yep.
Her new song
Called out her ex-boyfriend, right?
G-Eazy. Gerald, who's from Oakland, who is so hot. I'm sorry.
But he's also cheated on her like a million times.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
From Halsey.
From how?
Calling him out.
on
On
SNL.
on
Ow.
E! News. You hit yourself. I think it was on E! News. It must have been from SNL then. Because I think she called him out and E!
When
News
she was
told me.
performing on SNL, she
Yeah.
posted all of his bullshit text messages behind her on stage.
That is
Yes,
some...
queen. Speak your truth.
Oh,
I know.
On blast.
I know.
On
I know.
blast.
I know. I was like through the roof happy for her. Like, yeah. You put him on blast.
You
Sorry,
can't be
you're
famous
so
and not
hot,
like...
But you can't cheat. But he
Not...
did, and she's
Not
like,
unless you had...
I'm more talented than you. Goodbye. Smell you later, Jeezy.
Yeah.
Maneezy. What?
What?
Ew. Sorry.
Take
So
that
sorry.
back.
Erase that.
Oh, also, we're here to talk about
Kaya.
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah. Why
yeah.
do the Crawdads sing? Where do they sing?
Where do they? Out in the marsh.
On SNL.
On SNL. Halsey.
Halsey.
Okay.
Put him on blast. You're not a nun.
Am I?
Oh, hold on. You might be. Don't do me like
Champagne, are you like lava cap?
that. Oh my God, worse. I love
Makes us
champagne
freaky.
so freaking naughty. Freaking naughty.
What are we doing? I love it so much. I'm a nun again.
God bless. Nope, that's yoga.
Nope.
Ow, oh my God.
Also, I would never say God bless. It's you.
God bless. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. That's for yoga. That's my third eye. I'm blessing it.
Namaste.
So much. And
You
like,
did
I'm
it.
a little drunk right now.
How are you drunk?
Because I'm a lightweight now.
Edit that out. Nobody knows what we're talking about.